Right, welcome to another lesson in high school ICT. In this lesson, I want to show you how we create a report, how we design a report, and how we can change the appearance of the report. In a subsequent lesson, we'll do a recording where I'll show you how to use arithmetic operators and functions. But for today, we just want to look at an overview of how a report is created and how we can change the appearance. Remember, a report is based on data that has been captured and manipulated within a database. You can either use a table, as I've got here, or you can use a query as well. I've got another query over here. I could use this one as well. And let's say I was teaching at a particular school, and let's say I was the maths, ICT and English teacher, and I needed to send off the marks to the head of school for the subjects that I teach and the students that I teach. So I could go ahead and send this off. If I wanted to send a report to parents, then I would set up my report differently. I might still use the table, or I could tweak it and create a query depending on the situation. In this case, I've got my query. It looks very similar to my table as well. Okay. So decide what data you want to use. Is it from the table? Is it from a query? Decide which query you want to use, and then go ahead and create the report. So again, on the tabs at the top, we click on Create, and you've got Report Design. For now, I'm going to show you how to use the Report Wizard. And again, you decide what your report is going to be based on. Make sure that you've chosen the correct one. Okay. Because I'd selected it, it pulled it up by default over here. And then you can decide what fields you want in your report. I would like to have name, surname, year, subject, and total, and term average. That's all that I would like to have on the report, or let's say that's what the head of school wants in the report. I click Next. Now you could go ahead and group it over here, and I'll show you how we can group it within the report. So let's say I'm going to group it on the subject, and I'm going to then go next, next, next. Again, give it a correct name, and once again the examiner might well ask you to name your report. Make sure that you change the name over here. Then always click Modify. That's in the wizard. Obviously, if you're doing the report design, it's different because you're not having the wizard actually set up the whole report for you. Click Finish, and there we have it. Alright, so we've got our report header. We've got the page header, subject header because it's been grouped in that way. We've got our page footer, and then we've got the page or the report footer at the bottom. Okay. We can also add things, etc. So let's have a look. We've got our date stamp over here. I'm just going to run this. Okay, it's the term average. Let's go back. Term average needs to be bigger, and like you saw when you did queries, you can manipulate these boxes. Alright, so here we have it grouped on English, and we've got the 3 students, the year, the total, the averages, and we need to clean that up to have just 2 decimal places. We've got it on ICT, and we've got it on maths. Okay, if I click at the top over here, group and sort, it brings up this bar, and I can choose, I can add a group, or I can choose to say I want to actually group it on here. They might ask you to sort it on surname. Okay, those are some of the things that you might be asked to do, and there we go. Alright. So there are various ways in which you can manipulate and change the data. Okay. We can also take that group away. And I went and I changed it, and I said, right, let's rather group on here. Okay. So there are various things that you can do. What I'd like to do is also to add another label, and if you remember this from queries, there were different labels that you could put in, combo boxes, tick box, etc. Maybe I would like the head of school at the end of every page footer to say whether or not he or she is happy with what I've done. So I might decide, let's put this over here. Okay. There we go. And I want to put in a text box, and I'm going to say, pull this across, and I'm going to say this is for signature. Okay, so I'm going to take this wording out and say signature, and I'm going to take this over here. Remember, this is where all the designing takes place, and make this a lot bigger. Okay, pull this down. Alright, and let's have a look at the bottom. Okay, there's the tick box, and the head of school can put their signature to say whether they're happy for each of the pages that I've created. Another thing that I can go and do, I could put in over here an image, so I could import an image, pop it in over here, and change that. I might want to put the school logo, for example. Alright, so I've put in the school logo, and then I can manipulate and change that as well. Right, I might decide I want to put page numbers in. I can decide page N of M, etc. At the bottom of the page, at the top of the page, it depends. Decide where I want to align it. Click OK. There we go. I can move that around as well if I want to. I might decide I want to put in a title. If there wasn't one, I could click on title, I could put in the date and time. Okay, there we go. So I've gone and made a few changes to my appearance of my report. Right, I think that covers everything that we need to know. The grouping, changing the appearance, etc. And then in our next lesson, as I said, we will look at arithmetic operators and functions, how we can work out averages, totals, etc. by adding extra fields, etc. to our report. Alright, until next time then, take care.